Watch this inbound pass. It looks like a standard late-game situation, but the truth is, what you are about to see was an act of complete rebellion. This single shot is the moment two players looked at their head coach, ignored the play call entirely, and decided to take the game into their own hands. A game winner almost never happened here because the coach actually wanted to play for a foul. How did they get away with it? Let's break it down. The Indiana Fever are locked in a brutal battle against the Washington Mystics. Trailing by 1 point with just 8 seconds left on the clock, the stakes are as high as they get. A loss here would be a devastating blow to their momentum, and the bench is visibly tense. But the real drama is happening inside the huddle, where head coach Stephanie White just drew up a play that the players simply refused to execute. But before we get to that controversial final sequence, you have to see how we even got into this clutch situation. Look at this crucial possession with just over 2 minutes remaining.
Going rogue. This is the smile of we did it. We did it. We got away with it. It worked. I hope we don't get in trouble in the locker room. People argued with me saying Kaylin was the primary action. Well, Sophie posted this on her Instagram. Kelsey was the primary action. AB on a mismatch was the next option for CC. This is what Sophie posted. Don't follow the plan.
Notice how the Mystics set up their half-court trap, trying to suffocate the ball handler near the logo. Caitlin Clark recognizes the double team forming before the trap even fully closes. Watch her footwork here. Instead of picking up her dribble, she takes a hard, aggressive retreat dribble to create a sliver of space to operate. Now, look at the weak side of the floor. Lexie Hull sees the defense shifting out of position and cuts perfectly backdoor. Clark fires a precise laser beam right through the collapsing defenders. It is a high-risk, high-reward pass that threading the needle barely begins to describe. Hull finishes through contact at the rim. That sequence alone shows the incredible processing speed of this backcourt. It is a brilliant basketball read that kept them within striking distance. Without that precise execution against the trap, the final 8 seconds of this game would not have mattered at all. That play set the stage for the chaotic finish. Fast forward to the final moments. The atmosphere in the arena is suffocating. Washington has just hit a crucial free throw to take a 1-point lead, leaving exactly 8 seconds on the clock.
Then you're watching from the bench and you're just shaking your head. Nah, this ain't gonna work. And then you see Sophie. Wait, she didn't give it to Kelsey. Wait, that's not a lob to AB. Oh my! They're going rogue. They're going rogue. We're gonna win. We're gonna win. Splash. Game over. Lexie Hull, this is exactly what Lexie Hull said. Grab your sick bag.
Watch the body language of the players as they march toward the bench for the final timeout. You can see the heavy shoulders and visible fatigue, masking the immense frustration that this game is still tightly contested. Coach Stephanie White frantically redraws the whiteboard, pointing directly at Kelsey Mitchell. According to Lexie Hull's post-game confession, the play drawn in this huddle was designed specifically to draw a foul. They wanted to force the referees to blow the whistle. That strategy relies completely on officials deciding the outcome. Watch the players breaking the huddle.
A foul there. Everybody should be fired off that first sentence alone. You guys are trying to draw a foul there. You fired. You fired. You fired. Austin Kelly, good play design. Good play design. But if you're really trying to draw a foul, I can't imagine that Austin Kelly said you're going to have one.
Notice Sophie Cunningham stepping onto the sideline to trigger the inbound pass. Look closely at her eyes as she surveys the floor, deliberately ignoring the primary action. The play design requires Kelsey Mitchell to run through a gauntlet of screens while Aaliyah Boston seals her defender. Watch the defense switch here as Washington defenders instantly top-lock Mitchell to deny the catch. Cunningham is holding the ball, watching the crucial seconds tick away. The devastating 5-second violation count is creeping closer by the millisecond. The designed play is completely dead. You can interpret this as the exact moment trust in the system shatters completely. Instead of forcing the ball to Mitchell, Cunningham makes direct eye contact with Caitlin Clark waiting patiently near the perimeter. This is where the script gets torn to pieces. Watch the sequence unfold.
It's because she's going rogue. Look at Stephanie White's reaction. Ah, damn! Damn! Come on!
Cunningham slaps the ball to signal the pass, prompting Clark to abandon her decoy position. She aggressively plants her left foot, forcing the defender to react a fraction of a second too late. Clark pushes off to create 2 feet of separation, which is all the space she needs. Cunningham fires the pass. The ball zips through the air, completely bypassing the intended options as Clark catches it cleanly on the move. Look at her lower body mechanics here. Her feet are perfectly aligned with the rim before she even secures the ball. The transition from catch to shooting pocket is seamless, with zero hesitation or dip. The Mystics defender lunges forward with a hand desperately extended to contest the shot. It simply does not matter. Clark elevates with lightning-fast execution and perfect balance. The wrist snaps backward fluidly. The ball floats in a high, beautiful arc right over the outstretched fingers of the helpless defense, hanging in the air for what feels like an eternity. Watch the crowd hold its collective breath as the bench freezes. The ball descends and hits nothing but the bottom of the net for the victory. The arena erupts into pure chaos while Clark turns to the sideline with a cold, calculated stare. Cunningham sprints onto the court to celebrate. They went completely off script, and they delivered a miracle. This sequence is so much more than just a game-winning shot. It is a major revelation about the internal dynamics of this roster.
With a cosign from Caitlin, like I love being right, but also this is just sad, man. Steph completely lost this locker room, and they still won't fire her. Remember, Sophie Cunningham's the one that said, guys, we got one defensive scheme, man. We got one defensive scheme.
Coach Stephanie White drew up a play hoping for a whistle because she wanted to play it safe, but elite competitors do not want to be rescued by the officials. They want to win the game on their own terms. When Cunningham and Clark deliberately ignored the primary action, they took a colossal risk. If that shot misses, they are answering to the coaching staff and the media for blowing the final play. But by executing it flawlessly, they exposed a disconnect between the bench and the players on the floor. Lexie Hull spilled the truth afterward, admitting the foul-baiting strategy. Cunningham confirmed it on social media, posting that they improvised when the plan felt wrong. Look at the sideline reaction immediately after the shot goes in. While the players celebrate, the coaching staff looks visibly stunned. You can interpret this as relief mixed with frustration. The players proved they could read the floor better in real time than the whiteboard design could predict. For Caitlin Clark, this shot cements her status as the ultimate safety valve. When the system breaks down, she is the system. For Sophie Cunningham, it shows supreme confidence to risk her own playing time by ignoring a direct coaching order. This dynamic shifts the entire hierarchy of the locker room. It proves that when the pressure peaks, the players trust their own instincts over the clipboard. Will there be disciplinary consequences for this rogue operation? We will find out when they take the court for their next matchup later this week. Let me know in the comments. Would you rather your team trust the coach's drawn-up play or let their star players improvise? Total word count, 1076 words.